My name is Jack Hunter and I solve business problems with tech. In this video, we will be solving the problem of getting buyer leads for pre-construction step by step. Now, without further ado, let's dive in. Now, focusing on the problem itself, we need to pay attention to its components. And if we were to break the components down, let's take a step for it. I would like to first reverse engineer what we need. We need getting the buyers that we're going to be getting. Therefore, the last box item will be buyer lead. And if you were to reverse engineer one step back, how do we have that buyer lead? You're going to need to have a medium for capture information, and they need to see or view this medium. Now, when I say medium, this could be a landing page with a form built in, or it could be an email response, or it could be a text message response. It could be a form of the Facebook or Messenger form that they're filling it in. So it could be anything. But if you were to dive deeper into the customer, journey, it would be, so the actual thing is the purchase. So they're going to be doing a purchase. Before they do a purchase, they would need to sign docs for the offer. And before signing the docs, they need to visit the showroom, most likely, or office if they don't have a showroom. In order to do that, you have to arrange the meeting, you receive a request or reach out. And in order to do that, they'll have to request to be contacted. In order to have that request, they'll need to view information about the project. I think this is a good user journey. I think we can all agree that if a person follows the journey through, this is basically going to be ending up with a purchase. And again, not every single person that asks to view information about the project is going to be purchasing. But in order for any purchase to happen, this is the journey that will have to happen. Now, focusing on what we can control and manipulate over here, which is going to be solving the problem for getting the buyer leads for pre-construction, it's probably going to be we can influence them seeing something about the project, which will trigger everything. So that it could be in a form of an ad, it could be a form of a text message, an email, it could be anything really. But let's try to do it in a way that if you had no one to contact to and you just wanted to solve this problem and you have no contacts in your database, you don't know anything, how could you do that? So that's what I'm going to be breaking down. I think paid ad strategy is going to be working best. So if you were to have an ad about the property somehow, and then sending them to a landing page or directly collecting it inside the ad as an instant form, that you can have their information basically, and you will receive the request to be reaching out. So if you were to break that down, let's pick a simpler path for the sake of this particular video. We'll show them an ad. The ad will take them to maybe the landing page. And we can make the landing page in a way that it has the project details, maybe some of the floor plans, right? And then, which is going to be the most important part, a form somehow. Because if you don't have the form, they're not really going to give us their information. They're just going to come in, take a look at, and leave. So the goal of that is you need to be, I guess, gatekeeping to a certain limit where they need to reach out to you so that we can get the buyer leads for the pre-construction. Because if they have everything they need, if they don't need to even talk to you or see you, or you don't provide them any value, they're just going to understand what it is and they will go to the builder directly and they'll buy from them, right? But the goal is to capture a lead. So that means after the form fill is done, we're going to have the lead information, which is exactly what we need. So we have our plan now. This is exactly what we're going to do. And I would say, probably instead of trying to focus on everything all at once, like how the infrastructure of ads work or the follow-up rhythms and stuff, let's just solve the landing page, because the rest could be figured out easily in a different video if you guys are interested. But let's just solve this problem, because this is the part that actually converts unknown visitors to known leads that they're going to be asking you for their information. And I have done this actually multiple times, so it's going to be fairly easy. Now, for that one, I use Lovable to build the landing page, which is completely super easy to use. You don't need a developer. You don't need to hire someone to do it. You can do it yourself with the steps that I'm going to give you if you were to follow them. but we need to know which project to promote. So let's just say pre-construction. I'm in Toronto, by the way, so I'm going to be searching for the area pre-construction houses in Toronto, or is this pre-construction houses? Because maybe there's a better option. You see, people are already advertising on Google. So there's Brookfield, 1% stage with pre-construction homes. Let's take a look at this one. Coming soon. As you can see, they're kind of trying to make you take action. They're giving enough information, but not to a point that floor plans. Where's the pricing? It doesn't really exist because they want you to fill out that form. And if you are a broker, I guess their approach is going to be different to you, naturally. And if you're not, a salesperson is definitely going to give you a call. So that's how it is. That's how the game works. And as you can see, in order for them to double down on their efforts, they're collecting where you came from, which is absolutely intelligent. It's perfect. And as you can see, there is it's usually Meta, but they will still ask you which particular one, because then they can double down even more, because Meta owns both of them. So this is exactly the plan that we're going to follow. It is a perfect example. Over here, there isn't really any floor plan, so we could follow the same thing. And of course, make sure that when you're duplicating these kind of pages, that you're going to get your compensation from the builders, and that they're offering cooperating brokerage commissions. So that's it. I think this is a great one. What we're going to do is, I already have resources that I've used previously before. What we're going to do, it is super simple. We're going to go to my resources. We're going to take all these documents, and then we're going to put it on Lovable. I don't know why I can't do it, because probably here. And if you need an access to these documents, let me know. I will definitely send them over to your way. Just reach out to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually paste this as a text prompt. Perfect. Doesn't allow me for some reason. Maybe I can just open it up in Pages. Perfect. And what we need to do, this is very important, in order to get the right output, you would need to provide the exact page that we are duplicating. So we're going to go to Lovable. We're going to say the developer's page is this. Make sure to get the information directly from there. That's it. And it's going to work its magic. As I promised you at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be walking you through step by step on how to do this. So all you have to do is just literally copy me and follow the exact same things that I'm doing. You're going to get to the result. So right now, Lovable is actually going through the website of the builder. You see, it already found it. It's the exact same website. This is a different image. And then it's going to gather all the data. It's going to understand the SEO structure. It's going to collect the context itself in order to build the page accordingly. And it is going to create a duplicate of that. So when a buyer comes in and they see this page, they're seeing it as, oh, wow, this is a great project. I would like to get more information, as opposed to an agent trying to just pitch them themselves with a very nice suite or something like that, because that's what most of the landing pages are doing. Most of the agents are doing. You have to put the client first. You can't just assume that just because you look beautiful or handsome, that clients are going to buy from you. And I think this is very wrong in the real estate game that I'm seeing. So let's focus on putting the client first. So it's generating the plan. As you can see, it already picked up the colors that it's going to use, the logo, which is going to be sourced from the site. And section by section, with its intelligence, it's creating a structure for a buyer to become a lead. So essentially, what we are doing is we are creating the sections according to the psychology of a buyer. And that's what it's doing right now. It's making it responsive, because a lot of people are on their mobile phones nowadays. And done. That's pretty much it. The initial files that I uploaded are ensuring that it is staying within the guidelines that we need it exactly to be. And it's not creating some hyper interesting website that has a lot of animations and this and that, because they don't necessarily work. What works is simple. So just how everyone says, simplicity scales and complexity fails. Therefore, it's just going to create that basic structure that we need in order to have the leads getting the information that they're okay with. And if they want more, then they will need to reach out to you. So at the moment, it is building, and we are back. it is finally done. Take a look at this. It looks beautiful. It has the hero part with the text, with the form. Are you an agent or no? Of course, you put it over here too. Townhouses, rooftop terraces, Toronto coming soon. Why? Neighborhood amenities, parks, trails, entertainment, a location that comes to you. Get the brochure floor plan list. You want it really? Okay, then sign up here. As you can see, it is just perfect. And if you need to do any changes, what you can do is you can go back, you can take a look at it on what you exactly need or want, and then you can just give the prompt back to saying, hey, change that, right? For example, let me just show you for the sake of an example. Let's take a screenshot. Let's put this over here. And let's say in the middle section, I am seeing these photos of the building. Can you get them from the website? You'll have to indicate again because you might not remember, and use it also in our website as well. So it is more visually representing. So that's how you would be doing an update on the page that you're creating. And again, feel free to explore as much as you can. You can create 2 different types and then run your ads on them to test it out to see which one works better. But essentially, this is a way to create a landing page that you can use as an asset to drive traffic in order to convert them to a buyer lead. That's what it is. And over here, we're just going to wait until this is done just to see what it's going to give you. This is phenomenal technology. Take a look at this. If you click here, it will also show you how it will look like on a mobile view or an iPad view. Some people are on their iPads as well, or the desktop view. In order to make these actually active as a database, so you can collect the actual data other than just making the website, you can use the AI option, which is the Claude for Lovable. You can enable it, and then it will have the database part built in. And if you would like to also publish it online without using any other technologies, you can just press publish. You can create a custom domain, which you can also buy from here directly. So maybe if you say, you see, it already suggested some stuff, sagewoodestate.com, which is like sagewoodtowns.com. And you can search for one available already or create your own kind of one. For example, sagewoodtown.com, $11 per year. Done, right? That's what you would do. Let's go back to our project to see if it's done. So it's still gathering information. And let me show you, meanwhile, it is doing that on how to update the logo. As you can see, the logo is not correct, which is normal, that it might not get it. A good way to do it is you can go here, right click, save image as, to see if this is a good logo. Because sometimes when you save the image, it's not really. But in this case, it's pretty good. So we can use that one. And here, and let's try to see if we can save the developer as well. So we give them the proper attribution. Oh, what do you say? It's also over there as well. We're going to go back to Lovable. You see, it already updated the hero with the actual building that there is. Phenomenal. And now, just to polish this up properly, let's say here is the logo for the project, which you can replace with the placeholder leaflet that you used. I'm referring to this one. Hopefully it understands. And then the next one, we're going to say here is the logo for the builder/developer, which you can use for, what's the name? Falcon Crest Homes. Just going to wait. And you can actually also queue your prompt. So whenever this is done, this will automatically be active. Replace the placeholder. Am I happy with this? Not really. But you'll have to work around it to actually, you know what? Let me see. It's because of the style. If there is another one, there isn't really another one. So in order to make this look nice, we could do a header and then we could put it there. Let's just do that. I don't like the Sagewood, what was that, Towns logo on the hero. Let's have a nav bar on top and place the logo over there with register now button on the right side opposite. And the nav bar should have glass style background so that the Sagewood logo has enough contrast. This would do the job. Because right now, since it's dark on dark, it doesn't have enough contrast. And I know I shouldn't be paying so much attention to these small details. But if you're going to be paying money to drive traffic to this landing page, you want to make it look nice. You want to pay attention, right? If someone is seeing something unprofessional, where the project is, it's millions of dollars worth of investment for the builder, and the builder is not going to just probably do a mediocre job. And guess what? I'm still not happy with this. It doesn't look nice. Make the nav bar brighter since there is not enough contrast for the green color that it has. Dark green color. See what it does. You'll have to play around with this in order to find the perfect feeling or the perfect look. But it did put the Falcon Crest homes over here, which looks pretty good. And you can see on dark, it has good contrast. But this one is a little bit more trickier. Now it's okay, it's acceptable. There we go. You have it. Going back to the drawing board. There we go. So now the next thing that you need to do is you'll need to either make organic posts or create ads that you drive traffic to this page, and you can get the lead information. So this is how I would solve the problem of getting buyer leads for pre-construction. If you have a problem for your business, drop it in the comments and I might be solving yours in the next video.